Howdy everyone, it's Sam. Welcome back to Wobble and Jaw Sports. If you're new around here, I hope I can get you to consider to like the content and subscribe to the channel. But if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. The Indigenous versus Maori All-Stars match is happening this weekend. In this video, I'm going to be previewing the women's contest side of things. If you would like to hear my thoughts on the men's matchup, it will be on another YouTuber's station/channel. His name, Paddy G. You might have heard of him. I'm going to put the link to that video down in the comments section below when our collaboration does become available. As we just spoke about the men's game exclusively, I'm going to be talking about the women's game exclusively right now. This is the 6th edition of the Indigenous All-Stars versus Maori All-Stars match, and it happens at 5 p.m. Queensland time at Queensland Country Bank Stadium this Friday night. It is the second time QCB Stadium has hosted the event. They first met back in 2019, and since then it's gone win-loss, 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 and what it's due to fall down on this Friday night is a victory to the Indigenous All-Stars. Right now it is 3-2 in favour of the Maori All-Stars. Going into the team lists, really cool. Tamika Upton, she makes her first appearance in the Indigenous All-Stars for the first time in a couple of years. Monique Donovan and Kim Hunt, Parramatta Eels wingers, they play on the wing. The centres, Jamie Chapman, a recipient of a Woman of the Match award, I think last year or the year before, and Bobby Law is her centre partner in crime. The halves pairing, fascinating watch this one. Kira Dibb is the halfback. Talia Fuima Ono plays her first game in maybe 6 or 7 months. So she's a massive watch for me in this game. The forward pack for the Indigenous All-Stars unit, Kelly Sines, Tomaya Kelly Sines, Talisha Harden, who is the co-captain, alongside Quincy Dodd, who is the other co-captain as well. And just on Quincy Dodd as well, she is, along with another player that I'm going to mention in just a second, she is going to be the most capped Indigenous All-Stars player in this side. So she's leading the way at the hooker position. The other player is Shaylee Bent, and she's one of the second rowers for the Indigenous All-Stars, alongside Olivia Koenig and Keely Joseph, who's just taken the NRLW Women's Rugby League universe by storm in the space of about 2 years or so. She's really come alive and broken out, hasn't she, over the past 18 months or 2 years. Interchange, Tenica, Todd Hunter, Grace Kemp, the big red head from Canberra Raiders, Janelle Williams and Mahalia Murphy, and 18th woman is Jasmine Peters. Going into the Maori All-Stars now, Corbin Baxter is the fullback. Zali Faye and Jasmine Strange are the wingers. I had no idea. If you told me what kind of nationality, what other sort of blood does Jasmine Strange have running through her, I would not have picked Maori. That's for sure, man. So does that mean like Ethan Strange has a bit of Maori in him as well? Anyway, that's something else for another day. Shanice Parker and Bo Vetty Welsh are the centres. Bo Vetty Welsh, man, she's not coming off an ACL, but she had a bit of a injury-plagued 2023 campaign. Shanice Parker, premiership winner for the Newcastle Knights in back-to-back seasons. The halves pairing, Racine McGregor and Zahara Tamarama, fantastic. That is such a lethal halves combination right there. The forward pack, Shannon Marto, Maya Hilmowana and Destiny Brill. That's insane. That is a huge front row pairing. The back row, Anessa Biddle, who was the Rookie of the Year last year, or at least I thought she was up there anyway. But she can play centre, she can play second row, she could do friggin' anything, this woman, and she's killing it. Kennedy Cherrington and Brooke Anderson round out the back row, and on the interchange, Ash Quinlan, Kerahitina Matua, Rima Butler, and Shante Tamara. Shante Tamara is in jersey number 17 with Tiana Rathstrand-Smith in a jersey number 18. first of all, on the Indigenous All-Stars side, congratulations to this woman, Jess Skinner. In doing my research, she's been anointed the head coach of the Indigenous All-Stars team about 3 weeks ago, or it was made public anyway. And she's going to be the first ever female Indigenous All-Stars head coach. So that's massive. But she's been a part of Jillaroos camps. She's been a part of rugby league for such a long time. I'm really interested to see and excited for her to see how she can coach these ladies this weekend. And then on the other side of the coin as well, a gentleman named Keith Hanley. He is going to be handling the Maori All-Stars female team for the 4th straight season. The thing that really sticks out to me in all of this is that halves pairing of Racine McGregor and Zahara Temara. While the Canberra Raiders did not make the top 8 in the NRLW last season, Temara had the ball on a string throughout the entire campaign, and obviously Racine McGregor, while the Dragons didn't make the top 8 themselves, she Dally M medalist from a couple of years ago, but she still maintained a real high quality throughout 2023. And they're coming up against a halves pairing of Fuima Ono, who's playing her first game since the month of August. So I do imagine she'll be rusty. She'll be freaking excited, but she'll be rusty. And Kira Dibman, I thought at times for the Cowboys last season, was our man of the match, woman of the match for a handful of games, half the season, just about. She worked her ass off. But the inclusion of Tamika Upton for the Indigenous All-Stars is huge. It is a huge one. She is just a winner. She is the game's best player at the moment, and for her to do her thing for the first time in a couple of years for the Indigenous All-Stars, it's massive. It's a huge occasion, but she's got a real good competitor coming up against her in Corbin Baxter. Upton versus Baxter. That's a fantastic one-on-one matchup to look forward to. I think the battle of the centre and wingers, more so the wingers, I think it's the Maori All-Stars that have the edge over the Indigenous All-Stars, in my opinion. Jasmine Strange, proven premiership winner. Zali Faye for Parramatta. She did some great things in a side that unfortunately struggled throughout 2023. And the two wingers for the Indigenous All-Stars, they were a part of that Parramatta Eels team throughout 2023, and I think Zali Faye was actually the standout in amongst all three of them throughout 2023. The the centre matchup, Chapman and Law versus Parker and Bo Vetti Welsh. Not sure how Bo Vetti Welsh will go in this centre matchup. She might be lining up on Jamie Chapman, I think, off the top of the dome. So I think that's relatively even, but I think it all sort of does rely upon Bo Vetti Welsh in this matchup. It'll be interesting to see how she goes in centre. I'm sure she'll do it with a friggin' plum. I look at the forward packs now for both of these sides. I've got to say, I think the initial front three for the Maori All-Stars in Mato, Brill and Hilmawana, I think they don't eclipse, but I do think that they are just a fraction stronger than the Indigenous All-Stars front three. But then I think it sort of flips. The back row, the back three, Koenig, Bent and Joseph versus Biddle, Charrington and Anderson. Not taking anything away from the back row of the Maori All-Stars, but I think the Indigenous side of things, I think that's a little bit better than the Maori All-Stars. So they do match up really, really nicely. And then on the interchange, Grace Kemp comes off the wing. That is the most notable name to me. And then the interchange for the Maori All-Stars, I'm a little bit more familiar with 3 out of the 4 names there that have been named. So I guess they're relatively even when it comes to the interchange bench. Interesting that the Indigenous All-Stars have selected a centre wing in Jasmine Peters as 18th woman, and then the Maori All-Stars has selected a big lock, can be front rower or edge forward in Tiana Rafstrand-Smith. Who do I think is going to win this game? I think just because the halves pairing alone, I'm excited to see how Zahara Temara and Racine McGregor partnership goes, possibly again off the top of the dome, but I'm excited to see how that translates. But you look at the first name on the team sheet for the Indigenous All-Stars, and it's Tamika Upton, and instantly they're just in it with a chance to win for sure. It's a really exciting game. Really keen to see how this plays out. Best of luck to Talia Ono. Like, legitimately, played about 15 minutes of NRLW in 2023, and that was her season done and dusted. If she remains injury free, and if the rest of the Gold Coast Titans side maintain the rage and stick together, they could find themselves in another grand final. So best of luck to Talia Ono. Very excited to see her go around as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Indigenous All-Stars this weekend on Friday. This game kicks off at 5 p.m. And if you want to hear my thoughts on the men's match, go over to Paddy G's channel and listen to us wobble our jaws about the contest. Thank you very much for the continuous support, guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you. Take care. Adios.